Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. We should always question one thing. What is the religion of God? What is the social status of God? What is the caste of God? Which ethnicity God has? All these questions about the race and religion and everything, does it apply to God? Now we all know God, Vaheguru, Allah, Ram is Nirankar, is formless. It's only one Vaheguru, Ik Oankar. So how come when baby is in the mother's womb, till the time the baby is in the mother's womb, do we know the caste, the race, the ethnicity, religion, social status of the baby? Or does baby knows that? Only that thing comes into the picture when the baby is out of mother's womb. Then we say it's a Muslim baby, it's a Hindu baby, it's a Christian baby, it's a Sikh baby, it's Jain, it's Buddhist. Till the time it's in the mother's womb, it's nothing at that point of time, because it's directly connected with Vaheguru. The baby is getting a training directly. The live is connected. मात गर्भ में आपन सिमरन दे. Bani says, in mother's womb, the baby is connected with Vaheguru. It's doing Simran. Which Simran? It's connected with the Naam, with the Shabad, with the sound. And it is getting all the nourishment, all the training out there in mother's womb. Maat garbh mein apan simran de. But when the baby comes out, it disconnects with that. It is disconnected. That's why baby cries. Because it's a new territory altogether. It totally changes. Everything changes. Everything is changed when the baby is coming out. Live chudki, lagi trishna, maya amar vartaya. So if we will think from the wider perspective, this social status, this caste, this race, this religion is also part of Maya. And it was tested by somebody. Somebody asked this question to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And he thought Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj will say the best religion of the world is Sikhism. And he didn't say that. Because religion is an English word. The word which is used in the Indian languages is called Taram. And this person tested Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and he asked him which religion, which Taram is the best Taram of the world. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji replied, Sarab Taram mein Shresth Taram har ko naam jap nirmal karam. And there are very, very direct questions, kind of a critic. Kabir Sahib was Bhagat Kabir Ji, Baba Kabir Ji. People also call him Sant Kabir also. He asked direct questions. People didn't like him. Normal people. And think about those days, 1400s. We are talking about 1400s, right? Late 1400s we are talking about. When the society was not developed, Hinduism believed in Manu Simriti. What is Manu Simriti? Manu Simriti is one of the Granth which divides the whole society into 4 parts. And we can say 5 parts also, but high level 4 parts. That a person can be a Khatri or Kshatriya. A person can be the first one was Brahmin. Person can be a Brahmin, Pandit, or a Khatri, Kshatriya, or a Vash, or the fourth one was Shudra. Pandits or Brahmins are the upper caste, the most important caste as per the Manusmriti, meaning they are the ones who can educate people about the Brahm Gyan. They are the only ones who can teach people about the Vedas and Shastras. And then, who are their students? Kshatriyas and Vash. Kshatriyas are the warriors, and the Vash are the business people. Then come the Shudras. Shudras are the ones who do labor job, everything with the hands. So they are considered as lower caste. They were not even allowed Shudras and outcasts. The fifth one is the outcast, who don't follow in the four castes. Today we call them Dalits. These five one, so fourth and fifth category, they were not even allowed to get an education of Vedas. There have been stories when these Shudras and Dalits, they tried to listen to the Veds in those days. They were put wax on their ears so that they can't hear it. That kind of a punishment was given to them. But Kabir Sahib was, now again there is a conspiracy or a controversy about Kabir Sahib also, because it's believed that Kabir Sahib was born and brought up in a Muslim family. Not born, brought up in a Muslim family, but he was born from a Hindu mother. Nobody knows that, because the story says that he was picked on a lotus feet in the river. His mother and father, who were Muslims, they found him, right? But when they found him, and Muslims by default, they are regarded as a lower caste by the Manu Smriti, right? Sikhism don't believe in caste system, but we do. I mean, we should not be, but we do, right? So same challenging questions were asked by Kabir Sahib. Gaudi, Kabir ji, गर्भवास में कुल नहीं जाती. In the mother's womb, which caste you belong to, which religion you belong to, which social status you belong to. Because everybody came from the seed of Vaheguru, Brahm. Brahm Bind te sab utpatti. Everybody came from the Brahm. Brahm as in Vaheguru. Formless Vaheguru, Nirankar Vaheguru. Everybody came from the same. He's the one who is the creator, Karta Purakh. How do we know? So again, Maharaj is talking about the Atma. Maharaj is talking about the mind, not the physical body, right? So how do we know which caste, which religion is good? Because in the mother's womb, there was no religion, there was no caste, there was no race, there was no ethnicity. Till the time the baby didn't came out, there was no religion. Only when the baby comes out, if it belongs to the parents of Muslims, Islam, then they are Muslims. If they are Brahmins, then they are Brahmins. Sikhs, then they are Sikhs. So Maharaj is questioning, Kabir Sahib is questioning these Pandits. Kaho re Pandit, Brahman kat ke hoye? Kab ke hoye? Brahman kab ke hoye? Kadon to? From when you became Brahman? As in Brahmin. Caste. The first Varnas. Four Varnas, Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vash, and Shudras. And the fifth one are outcasts. Maharaj is questioning Brahman, how you became Vash, the Shudra, the Kshatriya, दो नंबर ले. हाँ जी वाहिगुरु. वाहिगुरु. कोई कुछ क्वेश्चन है जी वाहिगुरु किसी का? हाँ जी, we can discuss the questions later. So high level, there were four Varnas: Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vash and Shudras, right? Shudras and the outcasts were the lower caste regarded as. They were not given the training and everything, right? Maharaj is questioning the most upper caste, which is Brahmin. Kaho re Pandit, Brahman kab ke hoye? When did you become a Brahmin? Brahman keh ke janam mat khoye rahao. This is a central idea. Can you keep yourself calling yourself an upper caste, Brahman, and you are wasting your life in ego, because it is egotistical to think yourself that you belong to an upper caste. Your religion is best. You're a rich person. You are upper caste person. These are all the signs of ego. Till the time we have ego, we cannot meet Vaheguru. Kev sachiara hoiye, kev kuda tutta pal. This is kud di pal. This is the wall of ego. Saying I'm better, because we are talking about the physical body. And we are not the physical body. Kaho re Pandit, Brahman kab ke hoye? And were you Brahman when you were in your mother's womb? If you were not, then why you keep on saying this, that you are a Brahman? Don't waste your life. Don't waste your time. It's a limited time you have. These swas which have been given to you are very limited. When the swas will go away, then you no longer will be able to live. When the prans will no longer be there, you will not be able to live. Then how you will call yourself a Brahman? Brahman keh keh janam mat khoy. Kehne teri mat lutti gayi. जो तू ब्राह्मण ब्राह्मणी जाया, तो आन बाट काहे नहीं आया? This is, very, very difficult, challenging questions he used to ask. Very challenging question. He said, if you call yourself a Brahman, if you say that you came from the mother's womb, your mother was a Brahmani, then did you came through a different way? The process of baby coming out of the mother's womb is same for everybody. The rasta is the same. The path to come into the physical world as a physical body is the same for everybody. Is it different for the Brahmins? Is it different for the Shudras? Is it different for the Khatris? It is different for the Vash? Is it different for the outcasts? तो आन बाट काहे नहीं आया? Then you should have come from a different way. If you call yourself that you are upper caste, then you must have come through the different way. It's a challenging question. Basically, he's criticizing that thought process. It's sarcasm. He was being sarcastic here, challenging the upper caste people. तुम कत ब्राह्मण हम कत सूद. You are the Brahman and I am a Shudra. Because Shudras, they used to do all the hand jobs. And Kabir ji was, his job was to make the, सूत da काम करते सीगे, धागे da काम करते सीगे. He used to make the, what you call, the sheets, the cotton sheets, which is made in those days. There was no factories and no machines. Everything was done by hand. So he was considered as a Sood. Shudra means. Tumkat Brahman, Hamkat Sood. Hamkat Lohu, Tumkat Dood. If I am the lower caste, so I have a blood, and do you have only milk flowing in your nerves, in your veins? How I am different than you? If you are a Brahman, and if I am a Shudra, I have a blood inside my veins. Do you have a milk inside your veins? Because milk is regarded as pure, right? And then do you have milk? You also have a blood. We all are same. And Guru Pyaro, this is very interesting thing. There are documented cases where people hated others, and it's everywhere. It's not just in India. Everywhere there is some sort of racism, caste based stuff. In Western countries, people, a lot of people, they don't like black people, right? They hate them, right? Just because of the color of the skin. And there have been documented cases all over the world. You will find many cases. In one of the cases, this guy really hated the person because of the color of their skin or the caste, whatever you want to say. And he met with an accident. When he met with an accident, he needed a blood. And the only person where the match of the blood was of a lower caste person or the person's skin which he didn't like, he had to take the blood. Then he realized that everybody is same. Because if we take the skin out of the skeleton, only skeleton will be left. Who are we? What is our identity? Maharaj says, Bishta Ast. There is a Bishta inside us. Bishta Ast Rakat Parete Cham. There is a bones inside us. There is a Rakat as in blood. And on the top of that, there is a skin. Bishta is what? Bishta is garbage, that filth, that poop inside us. Ast is astiya, as in the bones. Rakat is the blood. And on top of that, we have a skin. If we'll take the skin out, nobody will be able to figure it out. Whether the person is a white person, a black person, a brown person, Chinese or Indian or white or whosoever, there's no different. That's why Maharaj is saying, Tomkat Brahmana, Hamkat Sood, Hamtakat Lohu. Lohu means blood. Tumkat doodh. Do you have blood or do you have a milk inside you? We all are same. Kaho Kabir, jo Brahma bichar hai, so Brahman kahiyat hai hamare. Can they, if you want to call yourself Brahman, because Brahmins used to think that they directly came from Brahma, but Brahm means Vaheguru, they directly came from Vaheguru. Maharaj says only that person is Brahman who will remember Brahma. Brahma has an onkar here. Jo Brahma Bichare, meaning who will do the Simran of Vaheguru, who will remember Vaheguru all the time. They are the true Brahmins. Brahman soye, jo Brahma Bichare. कहो कबीर जो ब्रह्म बिचारा है सो ब्राह्मण कहियत है हमारा. That person is the true Brahman, not because of the color of the skin or which family they belong to, which caste they belong to. Gaudi Kabir ji. अंधकार सुख कबे ना सोई है. अंधकार सुख कबे ना सोई है. If you are, if you're living in a darkness, in ignorance, ignorance is a darkness. This is an ignorance that I am upper caste, I am lower caste. This is an ignorance. ਭੁਲੇਖਾ ਨਾ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ, that I am better than others. That is a darkness. Andhkar sukh kabe na soi hai. You cannot sleep in peace. And you can ask rich people. I think I was discussing with the Gurmukh Seer that there are very few rich people who can sleep in the night because they are always worried somebody will steal their money. People with the ego that they are better than others, it's very difficult for them to have a peaceful sleep. And you ask a daily laborer who has hardly any money and maybe from these social status or caste system, maybe they are lower caste and all, but they sleep very well in the night, very peacefully. Andhkar sukh kabe na soi hai. Because the ones who we call lower caste or the poor or whatever, they don't have to worry about anything because they are already treated as low. They don't worry about anything. Only the rich person or the person with the higher social status always worry because they will think What will other people think about me if I will lose all the money? They have a lok lajja. They're always worried about what the other people will think. That's why they live in andhakar, in darkness, and they never sleep in peace. Raja rank do mil hoi hai, mil roi hai. Can they sometimes even the poor people, if they start worrying about I don't have money, I need more money, then they both are same at that point of time. Whether somebody is a king or a poor person. Do mil roi hai. They both cry. They both cry in that manner. Because these thoughts are something, that's why Maharaj says, Sese jio maleen hai. Can the your mind is maleen, is full of filth because of these worries. Sese jio maleen hai. Kit sanjam tota jaye. How can we wash this mind? How can we remove this sesa, these worries, this pain, these thoughts? ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਨ ਧੋਵੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਲਾਗੋ ਹਰਸ਼ਿਓ ਰਹੋ ਚਿਤ ਲਾਏ ਰਾਜਾ ਰੰਕ ਦੋ ਮਿਲ ਰੋਈ ਹੈ otherwise we will keep on crying ਜੋ ਪੈ ਰਸਨਾ ਰਾਮ ਨਾ ਕਹਿਬੋ ਉਪਜਤ ਬਿਨਸਤ ਰੋਵਤ ਰਹਿਬੋ ਰਹਾਓ this is a central idea that you will be always crying, always be in pain till the time you don't say Vaheguru from your mouth, from your tongue. Rasna is tongue. Jo pe rasna ram na kehbo. Directly. Now, some people say, oh, why we have to chant? Kabir Sahib is directly saying, if you will not chant, then what will happen? Upajat binsat rovat rebo. You will always cry. You'll come in reincarnation. You'll come and go, come and go. Juna chahi jayega, bar bar. You have to chant from your tongue. And we have discussed this multiple times. Some people say, oh, what if the person doesn't have a tongue? Then they have to chant from the tongue of their mind. Manadi rasnate. And we all have to get into that avastha. Because we don't know what's going to happen. Today, Maharaj has given us, with the kirpa, with the grace, all our angs are salamat. All our body parts are there. We have a tongue. Why don't we do rasana japati? Tu hi, tu hi, tu hi, tu hi, tu hi, tu hi. Sarvani suniye, rasana gaiye, hirde te aiye, soye. With the love. Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru. If we will not do that, Ram na kehbo. If we will not do Ra, Ma, Allahu, Allahu. Upjat, Binsat, Rovat, Rebo. Rahao. And then you'll come and go, come and go. जस देखिए तरवर की छाया प्राण गए कहो कहाँ की माया and then you call yourself upper caste, lower caste, you say you have this much money, then say remember in the tree when somebody goes under the tree on a sunny day, they are saved of the heat, but we don't know till what time we are going to be in the shade of a tree. Maybe the time will come, will not have the shade of the tree. What does that mean? Maharaj is saying, Pran gaye kahu ka ki maya. And then today you say, oh, you have this much money, you are a millionaire, you are a billionaire, you have a car, you have a house, you have so many things. But it is all maya. The maya exists till the time we have this prana shakti, this breath. But when we don't have this breath, swas hi nahi rehnge te, body nahi rahegi te, what good this big houses, big cars. What good it is? It is all Maya. It's all illusion. Kahun kaki Maya. It's only for the limited time. Jas janti मैं जियो समाना मुए मरम को काकर जाना. This is very beautiful. We say there are tanti saz. When we see the instrument, any instrument, not even have to be a tanti saz. It can be any musical instrument. When the musical instrument is there, and if nobody is playing, there is no tune or any rhythm or a music coming out of it. What does that mean? Meaning somebody has to play that. Somebody has to play that musical instrument. But without playing, nobody can tell that there is a music inside there. Same thing about the dead person. Nobody knows. If you see a dead person, and even if you see a person, sometimes, a person is sleeping, you think, oh, he's not moving, I can't hear his swas. Especially for the parents, they know when their babies were little, they always used to check. We always used to check our babies, whether they're breathing or not, whether they are alive or not. Muए maram ko kaakar jana. Nobody knows what happens when somebody leaves this body. Only those who will practice this. What to practice? Moya jit kar jaiye tit jeevtya mar mar. Can they learn? You can experience yourself. That's why Gurbani is Sachi, because we have to follow what Gurbani is doing. Follow doesn't mean only believing, it's actually doing. Gurbani kahe, sevak jan manna. Whosoever will do what Gurbani is telling. We have to learn how to die while we are alive. Then only we can know the secret. Otherwise, nobody knows the secret. What happens? Hansa Sarvar Kal Sharir. Where does that swan, where that the soul, Atam Ram, goes when the death comes? Because we see death only when we see a body, a physical body, not moving. Not moving. Body is not moving. There is no breath coming out of it. There's nothing. Maharaj is saying, actually, the Hans has left the body. Atam Ram has left the body. So, we'll discuss maybe in the camp about the Hansa and the server, but there are many shabads regarding that. High level, in the mystical world, it is believed that there is a mystical sarovar, a lake, and in that mystical sarovar, there are Hans there who are eating it's called, I think, Man Sarovar. The Hans, the swans, that's the nearest translation we can do, swans, are eating the pearls. So Maharaj in the Gurbani has compared Hans with the Gurmukhs, meaning Gurmukhs are always eating Naam, or always chanting, always doing Simran. And the Manmukhs, they are only worried about this physical body. Hansa Sarvar Kal Shrir Ram Rasayan Pure Kabir. And then you also become a Hans. And they don't worry about your physical body. Drink the Amrit Ras, Naam Ras, Ram Rasayan Pure Kabir. And the Kabir, don't worry about that, about your physical body. Because physical body is anyway temporary. It is going to perish. Any physical thing which we see is temporary. Only worry about where your mind is going to go. Whether your mind is going to merge in the Atam Ram, whether your mind is jot swaroop, padde hai na, man tu jot swaroop hai, apna mool pachan, hansa sarvar kaal sharir. If we will not recognize that we are jot swaroop, then we will be trapped in kaal. Even our mind will be trapped by the kaal. Kaal is the governor of maya. The job of Kal is to make sure we never come out of the cycle of life and death. We always get a body. Remember, body, it doesn't mean that it has to be a human body. It can be of any. It can be a bacteria. It can be an insect. It can be an animal. It can be a bird, depending upon our karams. हंसा सरवर काल शरीर राम रसायन पियो रे कबीर but amrit पीवे सदा चिर जीवे. Then we will merge in one Vaheguru if we will drink the amrit, if we will remember Vaheguru. Then we don't have to worry about the physical body because it was a kapda. Karmi ave kapda nadri mokh dua. That kapda is because of our karams. Depending upon our karams, depending upon our actions, we will get that body, that kapda, that cloth. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hanji Gurmukh Pyareo. I'll open the dice now for the questions. Any questions you may have? Hanji Guru Pyareo. कोई भी सवाल regarding this? Yes. Hanji Put Bolo Ji.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Yes, you said that we have to learn how to die. Like, why would we do that?
So when I say, very good question, put kudos to you. What does that mean is because we have to learn where we go when actually we leave this physical body, when somebody dies. We have to learn. We need to know while we are alive. When I say die, meaning dying, making sure our home is dead. Home as an ego. Our arrogance is dead. Our desires are dead. That's what we have to learn. If we will learn, if we will make sure our ego is dead, then what will remain? Ego is the thing which separates us from Vaheguru. Our arrogance is the one which separates us from Vaheguru. If the ego will no longer be there, then we will be one with Vaheguru. Then we will not die painfully when the time will come. We'll be happy because we know where we are going. Because we are already merged in Vaheguru. We'll go where Vaheguru Ji is there. And that's a happy place. Very nice place where there is no pain. It's only happiness and peace. Okay, Putt?
हाँ जी. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. हाँ जी गुरु प्यारियो, देखो किन्ने वधिया क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं बच्चे. So you should also ask. हाँ जी, any other question related to your Bhagati? If you're stuck somewhere related to this lecture. If not, आओ जी ਆਪਾਂ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੀਏ ਜੀ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. ਗੁਰਮੁਖੋ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਲਓ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ Guru, Va, 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 Guru, वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु। अंतर्गत हो जाओ जी वाहिगुरु जी। मन ही जपे मन ही सुने। हम अवगुण भरे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखे बिख खाई। माया मोह भरम पे भूले, सुत धारा स्यों प्रीत लगाई। एक उत्तम पंथ सुन्यो गुर संगत, तह मिलंत चम त्रास मिटाई। एक अरदास भाट की रत की, गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई। गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई। वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। भूल चुक माफ करना जी। वाहे